Hello there. Thank you for coming out. It is Monday night, November 2nd, and the film festival starts in 2 days. Wednesday at noon. The films should be live, and you will get to see them. And I'm here to announce that Wednesday from 7 to 8, we're going to be having some opening night festivities with some live music from Lake County artists, some comedy, and I think we're going to announce potentially 3 of the 4 awards, jury awards, obviously not the audience awards yet. And we might talk to a couple other filmmakers as well. I can't really announce who yet, but keep an eye on the Facebook page and I will announce that. I have my good friend Justin coming in with one of his actresses in his film Prologue, which is playing in front of 7 short films about our marriage. So let me bring you guys in. Say hi to Justin and Shirley. Let's see how I can arrange that. It's better. That's pretty good. Oh, before I forget, I actually have one more thing to announce that is an interesting thing that popped up today, but apparently some of the films will be available around the country if you buy a pass or have a pass or get individual tickets. Most of the festival, it seems, or a large amount of the festival will be still only open to Illinois and Wisconsin residents, or actually it doesn't matter where you live, only matters where you are. A decent amount, though, it looks like will be available around the country. So that was kind of an exciting thing to find out today.
Oh, that's nice.
So, but not you, Justin, because the shorts before features have to go with whatever the feature is, and your feature will only be Illinois and Wisconsin. So,
well.
I actually found that out, a half an hour after I found out that some of them would be available. So,
well, that's still good though. At least there's more people.
Yeah, that's cool. I don't know if anyone else is gonna show up tonight, but let's see what I have. I have I have a jury meeting right. It was supposed to be in an hour, but somebody's already here.
Well, you're in the hot spot of the United States, aren't you?
What do you mean?
In the election.
Oh, well, Illinois is,
Oh, you're Illinois. Okay. That's
Illinois, yeah. Not Pennsylvania. It's funny that Lake County turned out to be such an interesting name because there are so many Lake counties. I compare it to the Simpsons,
Right.
They're in Springfield, but there's so many Springfields around the country. But it turned out to be smart because we didn't name it after the city I was in. Since I started, I've had events in like 6 different cities. So if I just named it after my city, it would have been a mess because I haven't been in that city for several festivals, and I'm now, often in 3 different cities at once. So let me just fire this off here. I wonder.
I need a new lighting man, Justin.
Well, we'll send Gary over as soon as we can.
Yours is better, though, of course. It better be.
A little bit.
I'm so interested in seeing all the backgrounds of the people interviewed because of the election. Some of the people have really lovely homes, and looking at curtains and the gourds that they have on their tables, not listening to what they're saying.
Yeah. They used to have a website online somewhere where they rate people's backgrounds, which,
Room Raider.
Room Raider? You look at that? I just
Room
heard
Raider.
about
I follow that, yeah. Hang on, I'm going to see. So I was supposed to have a jury meeting that I accidentally scheduled for now.
Well, we're thrilled that Prologue's in your festival. That's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
He's got what's going on now.
All right, hang on just a second.
Yeah, no
I
worries.
have an engineer friend in Minneapolis.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah. No, it's pretty exciting. We'll be get to show with this, and we have a cool movie. I don't know if you're familiar, Shirley, but we're playing with the seven short films about our marriage. So we're preceding that one. So ours is the 8th short film about a different marriage. But that's the feature that we're playing before. So
Oh, I see. You're playing before that film.
Yep.
Yes, in front of the feature film. Yes.
Well, that's good. I mean, we like any place on the dock.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, it should be interesting. I do love my shorts programs too, but I had a hard time finding a spot for Prologue. But I think the spot you're in is perfect. I think the two go together perfectly.
Yeah, I think you chose well with that. Yeah.
Well, it was a real adventure. I was thinking tonight about the role I had, and she has oncoming Alzheimer's. So I have both my parents were cogent until the last moment, and I have not had very much experience, except with one good friend. But it's an interesting journey to be not cogent and yet not to know that. And so I loved the opportunity to play it, and I'm so glad the movie says a lot of things, and I'm glad it's getting around the country.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, from your audition right off the bat, I mean it's a serious subject, but you brought humor to it from the first audition, and with Piper's writing, it fits in perfectly because she knows how to take things lightly, serious subjects, and like dance around those things, and you fit directly into that.
Well, and you as a director, and it was a rough ride up because it was a tiny car. And I thought, what, and leave show business? I thought it would end up in Cadillacs and limousines, but it was just great. One actress and me and Piper and the scriptwriter. And
yeah, because Shirley came up from Los Angeles to go to, because we were out in the middle of the wilderness by Yosemite.
Right, but I walked in to this gorgeous cottage. There were many. In fact, I think the fires really did decimate that place where we were because we were at the base of the mountain.
I know that Sam, the owner of the place, had a lot of issues right after we left later that year. It was really smoky out there. And
terrible, right?
When I went scouting in the fall, it was, how it's so green when we're there. It's just yellow and brown. All the grass dies in the fall, and
right.
So I'm sure it runs right through there if it's the wrong time of the year.
I taught acting for the camera, but until all the other films I've done, I haven't been quite in on the beginning as Justin has allowed me to be, because you were looking for locations for a long time. I mean, the process is so much more intricate and long. It's just a long process of finding all the pieces put together in the puzzle. So I felt it was an education on top of being an opportunity. And we had crew members. You had crew members, Justin, from New York, from LA. Ricky Ramirez was on set.
Rosario. Ricky Rosario.
Rosario, right. And it just was all these wonderful crew people who were very humble, but they were from the big cities and everything. And that's because I attribute that to your accessibility and your humility on top of doing wonderful things and brilliant things. I teach, actually,
Thank you.
Humilities, because I say at the very end of my classes, if you're not humble, go into computers. And working with you, Justin, was just a treat.
Oh, it's the same on my end too. Shirley and I did a whole bunch of well, we actually were doing it like this. We did a whole bunch of rehearsals that were over Zoom. Not Zoom at the time though, but something like it, whatever it was.
Yeah, right. I realized that in fact, I just realized it a couple days ago because I had to give my SAG card, and the people said, "Well, this isn't a health thing." I said, "It's on the back. It's on the back. You don't have a special thing." But I joined SAG in 1969.
Oh wow.
Wow.
And that's a long time. And AFTRA, I think my son, so that was 70 something. And I went on to 15 years in the National AFTRA and learned so very much. Met so many wonderful people. So it's certainly what an actor should strive for. I don't think they need to jump right into it because they need to have work first too, but I've loved it.
Nat, did you deal with SAG-AFTRA in your?
Okay, so kind of is a funny story, but we had that deferred thing. Not deferred, it was so that we could hire non-union as well as union. We just had to pay the union the rate. But our lead actress, so she was union, but then there was like 2 other people that worked like 3 days total that were were union. So we were a union production for almost no actual budget. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we had to pay. We got the few people that we needed for almost no actual cost. It worked out pretty well, almost, most of the people that were in it, that worked a day or two. The movies are, did you see it, Justin?
No, I haven't seen it yet. No.
And what is it again?
It's called QWERTY, QWERTY.
I threw it on my list, but I haven't seen it yet.
Hang on.
Where's it available again?
Prime. It's on Prime now.
Oh, it is. Oh, great.
Yes. Hang on. I'm going to invite someone in. Okay.
Are you a film director too, Nat?
No. I think I mentioned previously on one of these that my whole life has been working with the arts in a logistical manner. I used to own a video store and a DVD store. I owned a record. I started a record label. I started a DVD label back when DVDs were still a thing. And I started a film festival. And I produced a feature film. So it's all basically, logistical working with artistic people. I love working around artistic people, but I'm not an artistic person.
I dropped a note to my friend Trevor Porth. He started the film festival in near Stockholm, and that area of the St. Croix. No, and it's not the St. Croix. It's sure it is, I guess. Yeah, but it's just really gone. And I thought maybe he'd like to join you tonight. And I didn't hear back from him, but that's what he does. He does what you do. So.
Oh yeah. No, I love it. There's nothing more I love than sharing art with people. All those jobs are logistical, but also involve basically, curation, which is sharing art with people, and that's what I love. Hey, Doug.
Hello.
Doug Rowland is here, who has a short film called Feeling Through.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Shirley is also in Prologue, Justin's film, which is playing in front of a feature film, and Doug's short is playing in the Souls of Black Folk shorts block.
Oh, cool.
Nice to meet you all.
Nice
to meet you. You've all got better lighting people than I have. I'm really going to complain.
I didn't set up mine too good today, but it's over there.
I've got the worst. My monitor is so big, it causes this constant glare on my glasses. And
nice.
It's just way too bright. I need to pat myself down, I think.
After I reunited with Justin, he told me his studio was in a firehouse in Chinatown in New York.
That's the one. That's the
That's
way I get.
What was it?
I edited
Wasn't it?
them. Yeah, that's
I
decent.
thought that was a movie in itself. Sorry, that's my dog.
John
Coco?
Alpert, who's a famous verite director, I edit for his company, but
Come on.
he owns a firehouse in Chinatown in New York, where,
Oh, wow.
when it's not pandemic time.
So,
And that's where we have our holiday parties and stuff.
so it's like an old fire. Wait, is it? Do they do do they used to have a film festival they ran out of there?
They don't do well. They do a million things because they have 2 event spaces. So I mean, they've had weddings there. They've had funeral services. They do shoot. I mean, I just colored a shoot that was there that I wasn't involved with until post production. We run. I mean, Axios on HBO was run out of there. 2030 documentaries. They have screenings all the time. And they just built a movie theater, actually. So
I'm pretty sure I went to a film festival there like many years ago.
Oh, they used to do the dance one. That was there for quite a while. Are you in New York?
I'm from New York. I'm in LA now, but I was in
got
New
you.
York for up until 8 years ago. Yeah.
What neighborhood?
In New York?
Yeah.
I grew up on the Upper East Side, but I moved around to a lot of different neighborhoods throughout my 27 years there. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah. What about? And you're in New York now?
Yeah. I'm out in Ridgewood at the moment, but I've been around the Bushwick area since I moved here like 10 years ago. Just like it's all around Bush.
Cool.
Are you getting any work in LA?
I have been working pretty steadily. Yeah, part of what I do is use this film for advocacy work for Helen Keller Services, who is my partner in it. So I've been steadily plugging away at that for many months, and as kind of the main thing that I do on a day-to-day basis.
Well, I was discussing today the pandemic, and so many of my friends in New York, of course, there's no Broadway and there's no off-Broadway, and it's all over. But then their second job is always as a server, and there are no servers. So, it's a double jeopardy. It really is.
Yeah, it's a tough time for a lot of people, certainly. You're hitting the nail on the head with that.
Right.
Spent the last 10 years doing wedding video editing, and there's no weddings anymore. So
that's true. That is very true. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the ripple effects are large, and hopefully something that the tides will hopefully turn at some point soon, but we'll see. TBD.
We at least have time to find out who we are, though. And
True.
what we really want.
That's true. No, that's well said. I think that's definitely if people have the wisdom and the consciousness to heed that advice, it can be a very fruitful time in that regard.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't remember what a friend of mine said, something like just too much introspection,
Right. It's like at a certain point when you're like 9 months into introspection, it's like, I'm good. I got it.
Well, that's why I say get a dog. My dog keeps me from too much introspection.
That's fair.
Did you see Nat brought his dog over in front here?
Yeah, he's sitting right here. Actually, I was worried he was going to hear your dog barking and start barking. But
I know I have a Chihuahua who is not easy during this time.
Buster might be half Chihuahua. We're not totally sure.
Really?
I used to have a purebred, and he looks kind of like her, but maybe mixed with a terrier. But mixed with something. Part Chihuahua, part something. I'm not sure. Can I say hi?
Oh, darling. There is some Chihuahua.
Yeah, but his head's kind of different, and he's a little tall, a little bigger.
The ears, though.
Yes, ears. Yeah, definitely, and he's got kind of the apple head, which is a little Chihuahua. I'm not sure what it is, but I have enough pets to keep me busy all year for sure. We have between my mother-in-law has another living space over there, and between the two houses, we have 2 dogs, we just lost a cat, so now we have now we have 5 cats. We had 6 until a couple of weeks ago. 2 ferrets, 3 bunnies, and a raccoon.
Wow.
Really?
Is the raccoon just comes and goes, or what's the raccoon?
Does he what?
In the neighborhood.
Come and go, or is he like a regular part of the household?
She's inside. She's inside. Yeah, she's kind of a rescue. I don't know if we'll be able to release her, but she's still but she was bottle fed. You know, we got her. She was so small. She was being bottle fed, and I don't know if we'll do a part outside. I don't know. We're still looking at stuff. We've only had her for maybe 2 months or so. We're thinking about getting a big outside enclosure that she can kind of start that process, but they're kind of expensive.
Well, we've got giant turkeys, and that's in a lot of cities, I guess. But they just strut around. We have 2, and up and down, and they walk across, and the cars put on their brakes. I mean, they just don't give a poop for anything. But it's really interesting because they're very statuesque and haughty and very comfortable in the urban environment. Isn't that funny? They might not like your raccoon, though.
I'm in a very rural environment on 20 acres, and we have a 6-horse stable here that we turn into some sort of, I don't know. We're looking into becoming rehabbers. You know, maybe rehabbing squirrels that get stranded and stuff like that. We know a couple people that do that already, and we have a good space for it, and there's some benefits to it as well, and we love animals and stuff. So
I noticed I'm teaching auditioning to 17 actors at the university now, and it occurs to me all of their choices are very dark. They're good choices, and they're varied, but it's very dark. And so I went in Friday and I said, guys, I went in online, but I said, get some zany stuff, do crazy stuff, because I think they were going down with it and not able to get that side comedic inference at all. So I think they realize, they're all in their homes or their dorms, and it's not easy. So they're going to pick up and do. I said, how about a little Groucho Marx? Do a little Marx Brothers, Abbott and Costello or something.
Doug, do you have some comedy experience? Do you have an opinion about which is easier or which is harder?
Oh man, I definitely have a decent amount of comedy experience. I think it's just kind of whatever people have, like their thing that comes a little bit easier to them. I think for me personally, the actor side of me, not the filmmaker side, because I haven't really dabbled in comedy as a filmmaker, but as an actor, like I always thought I was worse at comedy, but probably got more like praise for it. So maybe there was something about me thinking that I was like inadequate that maybe served the comedy. So I wouldn't necessarily advocate for that, but I think that maybe ended up being like a silver lining or like a hidden strength.
What's the genre of Feeling Through?
It's a drama.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like it could be a heavy drama, but it isn't really. I don't know. Like it could be heavy, but in the end uplifting drama, maybe.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty accurate.
I think drama might be harder to write well, and comedy might be harder to act well. That's like
probably, generally speaking, like a fair statement.
If you got a well-written drama, you might be able to coast a bit as an actor, but if you got a comedy, you probably have to go all in on the comedy.
What's easiest to direct, Justin? Comedy or drama?
I think they're the same. I mean, I think a lot of it is the talent that you work with that pulls both of those out better. And then also, I'm an editor as well, so I think a lot of it's in editing. I mean, you can really butcher a comedy in post-production. I've seen that many of times, which is like kind of sad. Especially when you get somebody who's really funny and then you just like, oh, it's really bad. But then you can make it amazing. I mean, if you like In Between Two Ferns. If you watch that, I mean, half of that's done in post production. It's great.
But you're very funny, Just you're very wry. So you must be looking for that too in how you direct. 'Cause
Yeah,
you're
I like to. I don't know. I think the drama comes first, and life is funny in general. So I think but life is also tragic at times. So it's like very. I don't know. I feel pretty natural in both. There's been plenty of people who say I'm funny, so and then I've cried before. So
yeah. Justin years ago was the camera director for my crew in my camera class. And I was thinking today about what I could reminisce about you, Justin. And I knew of all of the students, and I've said this more than once, that I knew that was not the end of you. And I think a teacher can see who's there for the long haul. And I really felt that you were, because you were accessible and a teacher to those around you, and that's part of it. So it proved my point that you're still here and doing good work.
well, Shirley knows what she's doing. So I don't know if you guys know too. Shirley has been in Miko the Treasure Hunter. Have you guys seen that film?
Yes, we're on Prime too.
Oh
Kamiko, the Treasure Hunter, with the Zelmer brothers, and that was quite a journey. And I'm glad that they're on Prime.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know. Sorry. Do you need?
It's okay, Coco. She's not in the house.
Oh, Coco. We always tell him TV dog.
Yeah, right. Can you see your dog?
TV doorbell, Somehow that gets him to stop. So, Doug, are you gonna watch stuff at the festival? Anything you're excited about?
Yeah, I need to check out the lineup again, but I always like checking out whatever I can. One of the things I love about film festivals. I feel like you get to see like an extra level of like creativity or just things that are different from kind of what you're accustomed to seeing if you're just flicking on like Netflix or Hulu or what have you. So yeah, it's good for just inspiration and just seeing what other people's crazy minds are cooking up. It's great.
I'm hoping with all those filmmakers in the Discord already that the moment the films go live, which I mentioned earlier, and I will post about, I set it to noon on Wednesday. I'm hoping the discussion will start breaking out. I was worried in this online world that the discussion about film is one thing that would be lost. So I've tried really hard to, make sure that we've got that.
Yeah, that's a good move for sure.
Yeah, I think it'll be a fun place.
What'd you say?
I just think it's going to be a fun place especially because, like I might have mentioned this last time, but it's just nice to have somewhere where everybody can gather, that they know that, that's the one place to go to discuss the films. Because in the one other film festival I've been during COVID, it was just like people were texting me, but there was no like common ground for everybody to join in and chat about. So I like that you set this up and set it up early. Make sure everybody gets on there ahead of time.
I've had to try to start everything as early as possible because this year has been ridiculous. And then, like I said, just today I found out that I can only geolock. Doug, I don't know if you got your email yet, but I didn't see a response yet. I found out today, originally they had told me that we can only take the whole festival and either geolock it to a location or not, or just have it all of US. And I found out today that that's not true, that I can geolock individual titles.
Oh, okay.
So let me know if you want to have it open, for anyone in the US or not. I don't know if any full programs will be available or if it'll be worthwhile for people to buy passes. But at least all the filmmakers will get to see everyone else's work,
Yeah, that's great. That sounds great.
Super.
knowing that only half the material might be available in another state, I don't know if someone will want to buy a pass, you know?
Yeah, but no, that would be cool. That I mean, I'm game for that. I'll respond to that email, but that sounds great.
I can just check it right now.
Yeah, just check. Feel free to check us off.
Through US only. And I don't even know at this point if any of the, I mean, the shorts programs are $5, so how can you go wrong? But again, I don't know if I'll have, which programs will have every short that will have said yes.
Right.
Most of the shorts are in, and a lot of the features are not. So
yeah, how do the shorts programs work? They play in a block, right?
Yes. Unlike most places, I go for half size, so they're 45 minutes. Okay. Which is lighter and will make Q&As. You know, a lot of times by the time an hour and a half is rolled around, you forgot which film's which. So Q&As should have less people and have people more, fresh about what was playing. And it gave me an opportunity to program so many different types of things. You know, like I love my Ukraine block, which, finding an hour and a half of films about the Ukraine would probably be tough. But at 45 minutes,
how did you get so many from there this year? Because I think that was like the first one you announced that I heard about. The first.
Well, with the 45 minutes, it's really easy. I saw, and I posted about it, I think when I saw it, this Enter Through the Balcony, which is a 26-minute short doc about balconies in the Ukraine. It's like it's almost like what we would Pimp My Ride is for them is their balconies of their home.
Oh.
In under communism, they were given their homes and they were all standard size, and they didn't have a lot that they could use to make their homes different. And so their balcony was the one place where they would, steal materials because they couldn't buy them and build balconies that really reflected their personality. And so it goes through the history of all that and shows us a bunch of different balconies. Oh, okay.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but we have a raccoon.
Oh yeah,
there he is.
Cool. That's so fun.
So I apologize, but I needed.
No,
that's the best guest yet.
Yes, she is. She is definitely a handful.
Everybody wants to do that.
Okay.
All right, let me know when you're done. Put her back.
Okay.
Come on.
So, just quick question about raccoons. So, obviously, to the general public, I think most people's most people's like assumptions about raccoons are that they like carry a lot of diseases or maybe like kind of nasty. Like, how have you found as a pet so far?
Well, she uses a litter box. She has her own.
Wow.
She has a chicken coop that she stays in, and then we bring her out here. So she goes in a litter box 90% of the time. Oh, there's Coco. And also when the door got open, this one of our cats.
Hey. Hello.
Justin, do you have a dog?
We wish. I used to. I had dogs growing up, but my parents have a dog named Montana who is very snuggly and very big.
Really? Yeah.
So I can see it at Christmas time.
When I first moved to New York, I thought everybody had a dog. I'd never seen so many people with dogs.
There are a lot. Doug, did you have one?
I don't have a dog. My girlfriend has 2 bunnies, which are basically my bunnies. So I'm a big bunny. Nat, I heard you said you had a few bunnies over there. I didn't realize this till like about a year ago. They're amazing pets. They're so great. And like, I just assumed they wouldn't be before I like encountered them as pets. And they're like so great. They're like very warm. They really like, they really like being pet, and they're very affectionate. And once they kind of get in their rhythm, they like mainly poop in their cage. They're great. I really love them a lot.
Someone's going to say to me, "What did y'all discuss at this cat room with all these directors and actors and things?" I said, "I don't want to tell you that." It was pretty much raccoons and bunnies and cats.
The important stuff.
Once the festival starts, we'll have plenty to talk about. I wanted to get people in the habit of seeing that, especially on Facebook, the little pop-up notifications, hey, we're online. So I wanted to give people a chance to say, hey, that's cool. And there's a button you can click that says notify me when they go online. And so really without being able to talk to people about your actual movie, not having seen it, Justin and I have talked a lot about music, and this time it's about pets.
Yeah.
One of the previous ones I had a juror on who was on the narrative shorts jury, and he talked a lot about the stuff he loved and why, but that was a half an hour in there. Right after here, I'm going to the doc featured jury, and I tried to get them to come in here, and they didn't want to either. So once it starts, I think we'll have some great conversations once people can
Well, of course, I was just teasing. Justin, you have your documentary project is starting all again, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm finishing one, and then I'm gonna finish another. So I'm like very close to this documentary series, and then the one Shirley's talking about is a multinational effort on 7 different schools around the world. So hopefully we can get that one into this festival too. That'll be done in a year or two. So
Cool.
Definitely keep you up. But yeah, it's like an international documentary on perspective where we go to 7 schools around the world, including in Belarus, Burkina Faso, Japan, and compare how they look at the problem of educating children. So
That's
slowly putting that one together for 10 years.
Well, there's not much work for we actors right now, but there will be. We'll have a lot to say when it comes to. So.
Well, I mean, unless anyone has anything, really fun to talk about, I can shut this down and put the raccoon away.
Rocket had that under the couch.
Put the raccoon away. Just your standard wrap up, Shut down the live stream, put the raccoon away.
Thank you so much, Ned. It was really fun. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, you'll come to your Q&A at your time, right? And we can actually talk after people have seen the movie, right?
That's great. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, and the quick question about that, I think so. I saw where my Q&A time was. So do we just whatever link you're sending out? Do we just hop on there like a little bit before the time? And...
A little bit to figure out the StreamYard. I realized yesterday or 2 days ago that I have to set up the StreamYards, and then I can send out those. This invite code as soon as I end the broadcast will be no good. So sometime in a few days before, I'll start loading up the links on my screen. It'll and then I can send out the invites.
Cool.
I don't remember where you are. I think your second weekend, maybe.
Yeah. I think it was like the 15th or something. Yeah, I think it was on the 15th.
Oh, that's the last big. The last big day. Yeah, you're almost at the end there on the last Sunday. So cool. That'll give hopefully a lot of people have had time to see everything. And a friend of mine is probably going to be in on that Q&A. I don't know if he'll just run it solo or the guy. I don't know if you saw your intro, but my friend Jamil, wrote that intro, and he might do the Q&A with you guys as long as he's comfortable with it.
Cool.
So, all right, cool. Well, thanks everyone for coming.
Well, thank you so much
for having us.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure. Can't wait to get this started.
No, when prologue now?
What'd you say?
When will prologue be?
Well, anybody can watch it anytime, but our Q&A
is the Friday.
First Friday? Yeah, I put him early, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's right. So
I sent you the
there
time.
it is. Yeah, Friday at 9:30, 10:30 your time.
good.
Cool. Look forward to checking it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck, Laura.
Seriously, use that Discord when you're when you watch something. Leave your questions there, and then I can reference them when we do the Q&A if you're checking out somebody else's work,
Oh,
Cool.
yeah. Smart too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's great.
All right, great. Thanks a million, guys. See everybody back out
Good night.
Hey,
Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Opening night. We're going to mention some awards. We're going to have some musical performances from some of my favorite musicians from Lake County, and a little comedy, a little stand-up comedy, and also the biggest filmmaker from my area, Patrick Reed Johnson, who wrote Dragonheart, and wrote and directed Space Invaders, as well as Good Ghouls Gone Bad for Christmas, and Angus. I don't know if people seen.
Oh yeah, that's not.
He made our closing night film last year called 52577, which is all shot from our county as well. So biggest people from Lake County really are going to be here on Wednesday.
Good.
Oh.
Yeah, it should be awesome.
Thank
All right,
you.
thanks everyone. I will see you then.
All right. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Good night.
Good night.